Hello, friends. Today I'm going to share a story with you called The Golden Egg Book. And I like to share this story in the springtime, and we are in the season of spring right now because oftentimes if you go out in your yard or maybe you look out the window through your screen or through your glass, and you will see how busy the birds are. They're oftentimes looking for twigs or pieces of fluff or items that they can use to build their nests. Birds lay eggs in nests in the spring and in the summer. And this particular book is a beautiful book written by Margaret Brown, and she is also the author of Good Night Moon, which is a wonderful story. Mom and Dad, if you have a chance to share it sometime with your little one, I'm sure they will love it. Boys and girls, you might notice there's also a little rabbit here, and in the springtime, there are many animals in the wild that have their young or their babies, including bunny rabbits. Let's open up our book and begin our story. Once there was a little bunny. He was all alone. One day he found an egg. What color was his egg, girls and boys? If you said blue, you're right. B-L-U-E spells blue. He could hear something moving inside the egg. What was it? I wonder what was inside the egg. What do you think? You have lots of good ideas. Let's turn the page, find out what happens. Maybe there's a little boy inside the egg. Maybe there's another bunny inside the egg. Maybe there's an elephant inside the egg. Maybe there's a mouse inside the egg. Do you think that's true? Let's find out. Who could tell what he would find? And how would a little bunny know? But there was something inside that egg. I gave you a clue before we started the book, didn't I? He could hear something moving with his little bunny ears. He shook the egg gently, but nothing happened. Then the bunny pushed the egg with his foot. Then he jumped on the egg. Silly little bunny. He climbed a tree and he threw nuts at the egg. These look like acorns. He rolled the egg down a hill, but still it would not break. And whatever was in the egg, it didn't come out. So the bunny threw a rock at the egg, but because he was only a little bunny, it was a very little rock, and he didn't throw it very hard, and the egg didn't break. Thank goodness. Oh, look, boys and girls, there are daffodils. Yellow daffodils. Do you remember in the video that I have shared with you before, I showed you a real yellow daffodil? Oh, look! Look, there's some pretty pink flowers. They remind me of the red bud flowers on the branch of the crab apple tree that I showed you. Something was trying to get out of that egg. Pick, pick, pick. the little bunny heard a sound. He looks very curious, doesn't he? The bunny was very still. Shh. He wanted to listen to the sound. And his eyes were shining because he was curious and maybe a little excited. He sat very still and he listened with his big, soft ears. He has a pair of ears. He has 2 ears. You have a pair of ears, and so do I. But do our ears look like the bunny's? No, that's silly. We don't have big, floppy, furry bunny ears, do we? Because we're people. Our ears look different than Bunny Rabbit's ears. Pick, pick, pick. He heard the sound again. Then the little bunny began to yawn. Oh, he was so tired. He yawned and yawned. The egg was very quiet. He curled up all sleepy and warm. Look, his eyes are closed, close to the egg, and the warmth of his body made the egg warm, and he went to sleep. He went to sleep because he was so sleepy. Finding eggs is tiresome. He was having an adventure, wasn't he? Then, pick, pick, pick. I wonder what's trying to get out of that egg. And crackety crack! Out jumped a little yellow duck. Well, what is this? Said the yellow duck when he looked at the bunny. What could this little furry thing be? He'd never seen a bunny rabbit before. He'd been inside his egg. The bunny was very sleepy. He was still asleep, and he didn't wake up. Inside the egg, here's the duckling inside the egg. By the way, duckling is the word we use for a baby duck. When he was inside the egg, it was very dark and small. And now I find myself alone with the bunny in a big, bright world, he thought. And the bunny won't wake up. He's so sleepy. So the duck pushed the bunny with his foot. Oh, I see purple flowers. Do you remember the purple violet that I showed you in our last video? He jumped on top of the bunny. Then he threw just a little rock at the bunny. He didn't want to hurt him. He just wanted to wake him up. Then he rolled the bunny down a hill. And the bunny woke up. And he said, "Where is my egg? And where did you come from?" He's talking to the little duckling, who's yellow. "Never mind that," said the duck. "Here I am." So the bunny and the duck were friends, and no one was ever alone again. Oh, that's such a fun spring story, boys and girls. I'm glad the bunny rabbit and the duckling became friends. Did anybody notice what shape was on almost every page of our book? An oval, you're right. And do you remember the front of our book? How beautiful it looked, all of the pretty colors, the spring colors, the butterflies, and the flowers. Well, I wanted to show you a really quick and easy way of creating your own beautiful egg shape with an oval. And I wanted to share this with you and Mom and Dad. You can use a piece of cardboard. You can even use the side of a cereal box if you want, and you can draw an oval or egg shape and then cut it out. I used an X-Acto knife with the cardboard, but if you're using a thinner cardboard from, for instance, a cereal box, you would be able to use scissors to cut out the shape, and Mom and Dad, you're going to want to do that, of course. But once you have your stencil or your oval, your child can use crayons, markers, colored pencils, and they can draw an oval shape and create a spring egg. And then they can decorate it. Use any art materials that you might have. They could use sequins. They could use watercolor paints, tempera paints, colored markers or crayons. When your child's done with decorating their egg, you would want to lay it flat to let it dry. You can leave it on your sheet of paper, or you can cut out the shape and hang it on the refrigerator or maybe in their bedroom on their wall. Now, what's fun about this is that once you cut out, and here's an oval shape that I cut out from a cereal box. But what's kind of fun about this is look how pretty that is, boys and girls. You can just find cardboard boxes that you have food items in and cut egg shapes out of those, and they're pretty in and of themselves, and you could even just glue those onto paper. Here's another one. There's some environmental print there, part of a Cheerio box that I cut out. That was a lot of fun. And again, this could be glued on a piece of construction paper, or your child could even take the two pieces that I created and glue them together and make a beautiful little egg shape. You could even use a hole puncher and punch a hole in this and put a little piece of yarn on it and hang it in their room. It would be a pretty little mobile. You could make more than one if you wanted to. I wanted to show you another just really quick little stencil that I made out of a cardboard box that had some snack bars in it. I made a circle. You can help your child to trace the circle, and then you and your child could create petals of a flower. Again, this is something that you could decorate with any art materials that you might have. If you're using glue, lots of things can be glued on. You could create a collage. You can leave it on the page or cut it out, as I said before. So I hope those are some just simple, easy activities with stencils. If you want to create stencils, another fun idea is to use the cardboard again. You can use cookie cutters that you might have. I would recommend that they need to be fairly good size to be able to cut them out. But if you don't feel like you want to draw a shape, you could possibly use cookie cutters to make some stencils for your child. Just have fun creating. There's no right or wrong. It's all about the process. And every egg shape, every flower shape they make will be different and special. I did want to share with you, I have a little surprise for you today. Tomorrow is Easter, and many people celebrate Easter. Everybody celebrates spring. And I have something special in my little bag that I wanted to share with you. So I'm going to open it up, and this is actually a little music box. And I was just going to share just a moment or two of a pretty song that my music box plays. And I hope you'll enjoy it. Music makes us happy, doesn't it, boys and girls? It lifts our spirits. Maybe sometime this week, Mom or Dad would take you outside, and maybe you could listen for the song that the birds make in the springtime as they're looking for their items for their nests. That would be fun. I hope everybody has a very happy Easter, a happy spring. Stay safe, And until next time, bye-bye.